Number 7. Williams, a young boy, lived in a house he believed was haunted by a spirit he called James. Initially, the strange occurrences were minor, but they became more frequent and intense over time. Despite the eerie incidents, Williams' parents were skeptical and didn't take his claims seriously. Determined to prove James's existence, Williams designed a series of experiments to capture evidence of the ghostly presence. He chose a holy book as the focus of his investigation, placing it on a bookshelf in his living room. A camera was set up to capture any unusual happenings, and it was left to run for a long time. The footage reveals a startling sequence of events that seems to validate Williams' deepest fears. At the beginning, the holy book suddenly drops to the floor, as if pushed by an invisible force. But what happens next is even more astonishing. An object on the table begins to move on its own, sliding across the surface. The incident leaves Williams with more questions than answers, and he's visibly shaken by what he's seen. He shares his thoughts and reactions to the video.
Okay. I've been going over the footage from last night, and it's pretty crazy. And I don't know what's going on, but I tell you, I've been blaming my cats since I got them for pulling my records off the shelf. And I don't know. Sometimes it might be them, but it definitely wasn't last night.
After seeing this unsettling footage, it's obvious that Williams was really onto something, and that everything he had said wasn't just a product of his imagination. Number 6. Dom has been dealing with some weird things happening in his house. He feels like something is going on that he can't explain, and it's making him feel uncomfortable.
I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to escape this shit. Listen to it. Listen to that pounding.
A strange noise has been disturbing Dom's daily life. During the hours of the night, a sudden and intense knocking sound comes from a small storage space in his home. The noise is so loud that it sounds like someone is trying to get in, yet whenever Dom rushes to the scene, he finds no one there. The knocking has been happening more and more, and Dom reports that it now occurs not only at night, but also in the middle of the day. However, the disturbances escalated, and the loud noises caused a cross to fall off the wall. Dom expressed his growing unease, admitting that he was reaching his limit. Unfortunately, that was the last update from Dom, and his followers were left wondering what happened to him next. Number 5. A pair of trained professionals had been stationed to keep a watchful eye on a secluded area beneath a grocery store. This hidden space was deliberately sealed off from the rest of the store, making it inaccessible to the general public.
En la oficina estamos probando qué onda y la puerta del baño se cierra sola.
Fíjate si hay en el baño, fíjate.
Primero vamos a no. No se ve nada. Viene, ¿ves?
Abrir, abrir. Picante.
Muchachos, no vengan a las 3 de la mañana a la oficina porque esto es paranormal. ¿Viste eso, José?
The basement door started to move on its own, but only slightly. It would open and close just a crack, making a loud banging noise that echoed through the room. The security team checked to see if someone was playing a prank, but when they looked behind the door, they didn't find anyone. The area was empty, except for an unused bathroom. They were left wondering what could be causing the door to move like that. Number 4. A YouTube creator, famous for his gaming content, surprised his audience with a video that didn't feature his usual gameplay commentary. Instead, he shared a personal and unsettling concern: the possibility that his residence was being visited by a ghostly presence.
Sick of this. So just to show you guys that there's, oh, for God's sake, literally nothing here. Sorry, my tripod getting caught and everything. Literally nothing here. See, absolutely nothing. Oh, there's my tripod. Wait, don't let me fall that. Just show you as well. Oh, this shit is crazy. Right.
The YouTube creator stood still, filming the scene, when the door handle suddenly started moving on its own. He then walked into the kitchen and began filming the area, carefully scanning the room to show that it was empty and that there was no obvious explanation for the strange occurrence. A short time later, he decided to try and make contact with any potential spirits that might be present. He asked out loud if they could move something, hoping to get a response. To his surprise, it seemed like something was responding to his request. Till this day, the strange events continue to puzzle him and his followers. Number 3. A recording device had been positioned to capture any unusual activity, and it was through this footage that a disturbing sequence of events was revealed. The camera caught the moment when a door swung open by itself, and what followed was a series of scary and frightening things that happened behind it. Despite being very nervous, the individual in question found the courage to go into the room, preparing himself for what he might find. Furthermore, the household experienced more strange things, particularly affecting the children. They would often wake up suddenly in the middle of the night, filled with fear and screaming. This prompted the family to take a bold step. They chose to directly confront the mysterious presence that seemed to be living in their home.
Are you here?
Are you in the boys' room?
Shut up.
While they were trying to communicate, weird things kept happening. Their kids were crying a lot, and the closet door in the kids' room was closing by itself. They also heard a spooky voice. This made them wonder what was going on with their house, and what could be causing all these strange things to happen. Number 2. At an odd hour, Lante was abruptly awakened by his dog, Merlin, who was behaving very oddly. Merlin was fixated on one of the bedroom doors, growling and whining persistently, as if he had detected something unusual on the other side. This bizarre behavior startled Lante, and he quickly became frightened. In a state of panic, he promptly dialed the police for assistance. While awaiting the arrival of the authorities, Lante hastily grabbed his phone and started recording the events unfolding before him.
The police are underway anyways.
What is it? 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 Oh shit.
With Lante's claims that this wasn't an isolated incident, and that his apartment has a history of strange and unexplained events, we can only hope he's safe if he still lives there. Number 1. For decades, a certain complex was home to a vibrant community, but a tragic event changed everything. The sudden loss of a young girl, followed by the mysterious disappearance of the owner, sent shockwaves through the residents. It was this notorious history that drew the attention of two paranormal investigators, Gachan and Daishan, from the YouTube channel Clip Store. The duo, known for their fearless exploration of the unknown, decided to delve into the mystery. The evidence they captured is an experience that will leave even the most hardened viewers on edge.
でしょ。これどう考えても離れってもうオーナー宅じゃない？っていう。
確かに。
ただちょっとお互いその見つけた部屋を調査す。何の音今の？え？何の音？
どうした？もしもし？
誰？
誰？
え？え？
どうした？
誰かいますか？大丈夫、ちょっと待ってね。
大丈夫？
The shock of this encounter leaves Gachan shaken. Despite his doubts, he musters the courage to proceed with the investigation, deciding to venture upstairs to explore the upper levels of the building. However, as he goes up, the situation takes a dark and frightening turn. As Gachan continues to explore the building, he catches a glimpse of something that makes his heart skip a beat. In the reflection of a mirror, he notices a pair of feet that seem to belong to someone or something. But when he spins around to see what's behind him, he's met with an empty space. This occurrence leaves Gachan on edge, and he quickly decides that he's had enough. He hastily retreats, abandoning his investigation and fleeing the scene. Later on, Gachan reveals that he was so petrified by what he saw that he was forced to stop recording. Well, the nightmares may be over, but the memories will forever remain haunting. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on anything.